I, Sea Voyager. Welcome to Aeternum, an ancient land of fantastical legends. The Loreseekers, 3 of the finest storytellers of the New World, await your arrival. They'll spin ye a tale of mystery and adventure, so grab an ale and rest ye-self from your journey across the cursed seas.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is Loreseekers, the podcast for New World. This is episode 11, and we are your hosts. I am Jibs. I'm joined by Cash.
It's Cassius Kilborn. Thank you very much. Get it right.
And Champ.
What to do? I guess.
Question mark? I'm
Question
Ron
mark? Who
Burgundy.
put a question mark on the teleprompter? You know I'll read anything.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, gentleman.
Where do we start?
I don't know.
I say we jump in the deep end and run with it.
Just jump right in.
Jump right in.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Should we talk about our weeks? And yeah, I'm just thinking maybe we just butter it down a little
Can
bit.
we just... Can we... Yeah. Put a... Yeah, go ahead. I mean, that was your intro. You led right... Yeah. Finish it, Ron Burgundy.
Baby, I like babies. They're cute. They're fun to hold. Parenthood is amazing. I like whiskey. Long walks on the beach. Lawn animals.
This isn't your eHarmony. This is not your eHarmony.
Your eHarmony.
Come on.
Jibs collects balls of earwax. Trying to lighten the mood.
I collect the skulls of my enemy. I'm just kidding.
It has not been the easiest week.
It is
Okay.
not. It is not. Can we just be transparent? It's been...
Several conversations about a lot of things going on in New World. And I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Woo! You went full Ron Burgundy. Okay, where's Baxter?
I did.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. I'm just saying.
I'm in a
So
glass case of emotion.
how was your week, man? How was your week?
Dude, I can't complain. I mean, dude, I'm working. Like I worked. I just came home this morning after 96 hours of work, and I can't complain. I'm blessed. Blessed to have a job. It's tough times. It's hard, but I got New World. I will say that. I have you guys, my family, my job, and this game continues to ground me. So, not like for a week. Not grounded for a week.
I mean, like, Mom put you in the corner again?
No, it just, despite everything, we are going to talk about some issues because there are some inherent problems right now with the game. Yeah. But, and we're going to talk about it all. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was just getting it started off with the fact that I'm still having fun logging in every day and creating content for this. And
Solus isn't here.
Solus isn't here. We miss Solus. We miss him and all of his bearded glory.
Yeah.
But, he's got probably another month of solid work. It's a super busy season for him for obvious reasons, but yeah. Happy things.
Yeah, it's there's busy season right now, and so everyone knows, like we don't record the same day every week. It really comes down to, okay, does this day line up for this person's schedule, that person's schedule? That guy's always good, aka Champ. And does that one line up? So it's it's kind of a crapshoot what day we record on, and it hasn't fell on a day that we all could make it. So we picked the one that we most can attend. So that's where we're at for a little bit. But anyway, I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. Anyway, game time. You're having a good time.
Oh yeah, it wasn't cutting me off at all. Yeah, I'm having a great time, and still doing the things. I'm still bouncing in between heavy armor and light armor for my healer. I just like freaking light armor. I just don't like that I get hit so damn hard all the time. So yeah, it's real world problems, right?
Yeah.
You got to work on your dodge game, homie.
My dodge is good, but I just run out of them eventually.
I run out before they lose interest in it.
Well, the problem is dodging into something else is freaking aggro. I mean, I had a moment last night where I was like, I am done. There's so many things all over the place, and they won't leave me alone. I need the thing. There's a clicky right there. I need the clicky, and it's behind 3 of you, and you won't stop respawning.
You gotta bring a heavy hitting melee guy with you. I know one.
Did you say melee?
Melee.
Melee. Ooh, so
Melee.
exotic.
It's French for using your.
I will take
That's what they
word
call that.
criticism from Mike, but I will not take it from you, JB.
I am
will not take it
pristine.
from you.
I'm a pristine reader.
No,
Oh no, you're not.
no, you're not.
Clearly the best.
No.
Around. Sorry, it just
not a thing.
Not gonna do. Not gonna do. You set it up.
It happened. You set it up. You teed it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I have been in a dilemma this week. I tell you what, and I think I just got it solved. I haven't been able to log in yet today to try to get back to. I feel like I've been around the bend. I've been trying this. Here's my issue. I love all the weapons, every single one of them. That's my issue. I feel like I'm freaking cashing ESO with classes with weapons.
Oh yeah.
But today I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty stoked to actually get in and get my build back together. But I'm going back to I've done everything from Warhammer Axe. I've done lately, and by lately I mean the last 24 hours. Inferno Staff, Ice Gauntlet, then or Flame Staff and Life Staff. I've done everything, and I'm gonna level them all. But I'm like, what's that one? You know, what's the one that I want to use all the time? You know, like what's my main? What's my main? And so anyway, I'm going back to what I was going to do before the game ever launched, and that is Hatchet and the CC line of the musket. That's my plan. Now I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to go light armor or medium armor. It's like, do I want to roll or do I want to shimmy?
Nah, go Schmied. I'm telling you, go Schmedium, dude.
What?
Yeah, go Schmedium. That will fit your build because you like the Ranger type of build. That is going to fit your build the most, and it's going to make it much easier for me to heal your ASS.
Okay.
In expeditions.
It said medium. I was like, well, that's what we tell someone whenever they're wearing a shirt that's too small.
Yeah, they're wearing their little brother shirt.
Yeah.
Little brother shirt.
Oh, you know about it. Okay. All right. We're on the same page. Didn't know if this was an Indiana thing or.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm wearing right now. My
Or
little
you
brother shirt.
Oh, okay. That's why you ordered that size. All right.
Come
Same
on,
size
bro. I
underwear,
need
too.
something to fill up my man muscles
I like it
going-
on my chest.
that are going away as I age.
You like to show off your chesticles?
Yes.
Oh, actually, somebody ordered a right-left double-double earlier, and they got one.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Unfortunately, it was tested Weevil, and he's a dude. So, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Remember that?
Yeah,
we got any fans in here for that those days?
I might have puked a little in my mouth when I did it, but I did it.
Oh, man, that's funny. Well, I don't know why I teed that up. I don't know where I'm going. We have all kinds of things we can talk about. It's like, which one do we want to hit first?
Top of the list.
We're avoiding.
Well, what did we do last week? Let's start with that.
We're avoiding. We're dancing around the subject we don't want to cover. Oh.
Yeah. So, last week on the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that part. Hey, last week on the show, if you missed the episode last week, we talked about New World's economy. We talked server transfers, update 1.0.3, gold duping, Halloween items, and we did a lore breakdown on the Ancients. It was actually part 1. This week on the show, though, we're covering, it's no secret, the current game issues going around, the bugs. It's a thing. We're going to cover it.
The community, they're upset.
Everyone's upset. They're throwing cocktails inside of local businesses, burning down the buildings. No, nothing. Okay. All right. We got Robin Hood Prime Gaming. Look, we got the depths. We're in our first run, covering our first run of the depths. Update 1.0.4, and then we got lore lesson part 2 on the Ancients. So yeah.
God damn it, Bobby. Somebody paid 100 to hear me say that. So God damn it, Bobby.
Oh, Grace Fang, awesome.
Oh, hey.
God damn it, Grace Fang. Go ahead and don't do that again, man. I don't like being put on the spot, especially around Propania season.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
He likes
my
being put on the
God.
spot.
I like it when you do his wife's voice better.
I forget. Oh man, I'm going to hear that again. She has kind of like that, isn't it? Like a King of the Hill. Like for those who don't know, she's like, she kind of has like that. Ha, it's okay, Hank.
You sound just like her.
It's gonna be okay. She sounds like she's 4 Marlboro packs away from lung cancer. It's okay.
Sounds like my grandma. Damn.
Hank, now just calm down. I got some B's and G's on the table.
Okay.
Oh,
The avoidance stops here.
All right.
damn it. Yeah.
Look, this week sucked. Can we just be this was tough, all right? It was a tough week. And we're in this for the long haul, but man, this one hurt. This week hurt. You got various bugs going around. A new patch came out today, which we'll just kind of incorporate this into this update 1.0.4. While people were offline and making sales, a bug was introduced that they weren't getting gold for anything that sold. Some upwards. I know someone in particular sold 8,000 flux, didn't get a dime. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough, and it's in New World's economy is already kind of in a place where it's like it, especially in game, it needs a little love. I think that's fair to say. It needs a little love on the in game, in the least. But it's a tough week, you know. I was driving home, and I'm just gonna say my piece about it, and then whatever. But I was driving home, and I was getting just kind of bummed out because I'm like, man, gaming media never used to cover games like this. They never used to do these punch headlines like this. Like this was never, this wasn't a thing years and years ago. SWTOR days, this wasn't a thing. WildStar days, not a thing. BDO, not a thing. Wasn't even a thing in arcades, when all this stuff dropped. And so from a gaming media standpoint, I'm like, I'm not a particularly huge fan of how a lot of companies are covering it. Just give me the facts. Don't give me a punchy, clickbait title. Just give me the facts of what's going on without injecting you in it, And then after a while, of course, a lot of it's negative, and then it's like, well, and it's not like it's a positive thing they're talking about, so I get it. But it's just, and then of course the forums, the games forums, oh my gosh, the forums are turning into Reddit 2.0. I genuinely liked going there during lunch break or whatever at work, and I'm just like, I can't go there anymore. It's it's proving to be very negative all the time, except for the bug reports, oddly enough. So it's just, man, there's so much negative going around, and I'm like, I love this game. I do. There's obviously some issues. Trust me, I had a bug this past week. I cleared the depths. I didn't get credit for clearing the depths. I spent 2.5 hours in there and walked away with nothing but broken armor. I was a little upset, but it is.
Oh, we should talk about that broken armor issue.
Yeah, that's got to be changed.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't think it's a feature. I think it's just one of those things where they might be, they'll probably get enough complaints on that to where they're like, oh, that's not good. So
I don't understand that.
So here's the issue with that. We ran depths, and so it turns out that Thorpe he's kind of an asshole. So, and he was grumpy. He must have eaten Thai for dinner or something and had a rumbly tumbly because he was not happy with us at all. And first time going in, we don't read statics, we don't read guides. We want to experience it and figure these things out for ourselves. So we had a few wipes, and when we finally cleared it and got out of the dungeon expedition, we got out of there. Everything that we had gotten from the entire expedition that was, I call the loot, tangible loot, the gear, weapons, everything was 100% broken. So the problem is that in order to make that stuff worth a shit, you have to repair it. Well, repairing it costs 50 gold a piece. So I was like, well, I'm not doing that. If there was something that I could have used, then fine. I probably would have repaired that piece, no problem. But I decided just to break it all down. And Jibs ran into the same issue. Jibs, how many repair parts do you get when you break down something that's totally broken?
Cost 10 gold, and I got 1 repair part.
Right. So our issue was, why do things in your inventory take wear and tear? Now, if you look at it from a lore perspective, if all that stuff is in a backpack or a satchel, I was repeatedly on my butt in there. So yeah, I could see if I'm falling on that side or falling on my back on top of all that gear over and over again, yeah, maybe it could take some wear and tear. But the point is, it was going to cost us a lot more to repair all that stuff and then potentially put it on the trading post, or, you know, breaking it down didn't seem like it was really even worth it. And I haven't experienced that in a game where when you get hurt or killed, normally it's just the stuff that is on your paper doll, on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Stuff you have equipped that takes damage, and like totally get that. But all the stuff in my inventory? Come on, man.
I think the hard part, sorry.
Yeah, go.
I think the hard part of it also is that the economy is the way it is, right? So last week we discussed how the economy, and you're losing money as you get up, and they put a really nice, you know, post together, which I'm going to tell you, okay, here's the deal. I appreciate the fact that they're addressing it as fast as they are. I've been in other games where they take a long period of time to even address it. But with the whole situation with the amount of gold in the economy, the fact that, you know, they had a couple features that were broken where you couldn't get the high-end gold at the top end. Compounded on the fact that everything you get out of a dungeon is broken, and if you want to repair it to sell it, where do you get the gold from? Right?
Right.
Because if the economy's already busted, maybe not charge us more for broken gear so we can make more gold? I don't know.
I mean, that's not. Yeah, it's rough. it was a rough one.
It's been very difficult to watch. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm verklempt.
Forgive you.
It's over this. I've been struggling with the fact that, and I'm sure the other players are experiencing the same thing too, but I like the trading post. Like, I'm actively using the trading post. I'm gathering a bunch of stuff. I'm like, I don't need that. So let's go ahead and pop that on the trading post. I'm checking all the other settlements, seeing what's selling for what. And I have slowly but surely watched a lot of the things that I sell on the regular become worth 0.01 gold. And it is breaking my heart to drop 1,000 count of whatever material it is that I'm selling and get just a few gold back. It's like, oh man, it's painful, and it's major deflation that's happening right now. So it is, I mean, what kind of fixes? There's plenty of gold sinks in the game. There's definitely not a lack of gold sinks in the game. They're there. We just need to find a balance. We need to have them like just really dive into this and really find a good balance to where some gold can be put back into the game. And a good way, like we talked about before, a good way to do that would be to have some type of it was like Sonny Ravencourt's idea, our economist for the Loreseekers, had a brilliant idea about bringing some type of Bank of Aeternum in where prices would stabilize. Because if you can offload some of your items for a stable price from a vendor of sorts, it would keep those prices competitive in the trading post to where they just wouldn't dump out because there's this influx of price. Because if somebody, you got to think of it this way. If I have 10 apples and 10 apples are going to sell for 10 gold to some type of a vendor system or that Bank of Aeternum that we were talking about, why would I go and sell it on the trading post for 0.01 gold per unit, where what that's going to do is I would just rather go sell it to the vendor. But what that's going to do is that's going to raise the prices. It's going to make prices more competitive in the trading post to where now somebody is going there and they're going to spend maybe an extra gold or two out of convenience, as opposed to just going, hell no, I'm not selling that for 0.01 per unit when I could just go and offload it, you know, up in Windsward or in Brightwood at the vendor that's there. I could offload it there and make 10 gold on it.
Right.
So it would help to just kind of slowly start to balance that stuff out and start pouring money back into the economy.
To switch this up, though, since we started with our run in the expedition, I would like to say that I thoroughly enjoyed that expedition.
Oh yeah.
The fights were harder.
Man, oh man,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
The first two, I was a little worried. I'm like, oh, please give me a little bit more. That third one was challenging. It really was. You had to pay attention to where you were standing. You had to pay attention to where you weren't standing. You had to pay attention to what was being thrown at you, where your tank was standing at. It had some competitiveness to it, and that was a lot of fun. You know, we did wipe a few times on the last guy. Our clear wasn't the prettiest in the world, but we got it done. And that's the big thing, right?
Yeah.
And to go in blind like that, like we've talked about before in the past, that's a one-shot thing. You only get to do that one time per expedition, and then, you know, you just wait for the new content. But it was a very, very well done place. I loved all the faces throughout the region. Just beautiful.
There was that one point where we were just running through, and I always happen to look up and around, and I looked up, and literally right above our heads was a face of the ancients, just way above us, inset into the ceiling. It was almost as if one of those effigies, one of those huge stone effigies, had just fallen down on an open portion of this expedition, and just boom, just popped right down like that, and the face was staring right down at you, and we were like, "We need a selfie! This is amazing!"
Yeah.
Took a lot of pictures.
Oh yeah,
we took a lot of pictures in there. It was super fun, and here's something that Jibs and I have been talking about for a long time, is bringing back the true challenge to a lot of the content in games. And we felt that in this one. Thorpe was formidable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was, for the first time going through, and you guys, like, once you get the stratics of a boss figured out, as you progress over time, and as you've been in there 5 or 10 times, of course it's going to get easier, because now you know the fight.
All right.
But the first time fighting him, he met up to what he should have been.
Oh yeah.
Very powerful.
Oh yeah.
Very difficult to take down, and at times frustrating. Like, at times I was going like, I don't know if I can heal through this. And we ended up making it happen. But I really, really, really did dig that. So, like, don't let our experience with the loot at the end overshadow the fact that the entire experience was really bitching.
Yeah, like, and you're right, because that's something that for years, you know, we've wanted. It's just like we would play games. It's like, okay, the baddie's been built up. You're at that moment. The fight, the story, everything that you've done has led to here. And you melt the dude in 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes, like 5 minutes. It's a quick, you know, tank and spank fight. And it's just like, oh, it was so deflating. So deflating. And this fight felt, it felt appropriate. It felt good. It felt really good. It was difficult, extremely difficult, especially on a blind run, just trying to figure stuff out. But at the end of the day, I felt like it was very fitting to the character. And that, to me, you know, when you can bring justice to a character, you know, their whole narrative, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. They did a good job.
If you think about it from the perspective of, they put so much time into developing the boss, into his abilities, the lore that leads you up to it, the story that leads you up to it. When you get to that boss, it does seem deflating when it doesn't have that big epic, oh, we might get killed here.
Right.
And I feel like Thorpe represented what he was supposed to. Now, you go in there on all 60s, you're going to roll through it pretty good, but you could still die to the stuff because they have good mechanics.
Right.
But I feel like they made Thorpe's last stand against you, and the first time you hit him in Expedition, they made it the epic level it was supposed to. They made it hard to deal with. They made it, you know, damaging if you made a mistake, and I really, really enjoyed that. Really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked a lot of crap too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Boy, he talks a lot of crap.
Oh yeah.
Now, imagine that same expedition later on down the line when they introduce the alternate difficulty modes.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I can't.
I know. I'm thinking about it like, what?
Yeah.
He can be harder?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we can make him harder.
You went pirate on us right there. What the hell? Speaking of pirates, have you guys seen the Robin Hood thing?
Yeah. That's my Jimmy Jam right there.
Yeah.
Robin Hood costume's looking good. I've been waiting for that one. Archer at heart. Really am. Ranger at heart. Just to see that in game. I'm a huge fan of the armors in this game. I really, really am. The detail that they put together on this costume, or on this armor set, apparel set, I guess is the right word. Awesome, absolutely awesome. The only thing I wish is the hood on the back. I didn't realize there was a hood on the back till I was in game. And I saw the hood and I'm like, oh man, I wish I could pull that up over my head. But regardless, it's absolutely stunning. I love it. They did a good job.
It would be really cool to have, I mean, in any game, but yeah, definitely in New World, to have some type of a toggleable system where you could hood up, hood down.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so freaking cool. I'd have hood up on freaking everything. I just love that look. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to cycle back to some of the issues that are going on, because there's update 1.0.4 came out today, and they knew pretty much right away that there was an issue with the trading post where some people lost gold, and that's like right at the top of the forums. Like they plopped an explanation down there that, you know, that they're aware that with the patch there was something that was introduced where players were not receiving gold items from completed sell-by orders in the trading post while they were offline. And they also said that they're working on a fix for all this, and they are going to be issuing back the item and coin refunds where those are appropriate. I can only imagine the work that has to go into that. That's got to be nuts.
Oh my gosh, that's like a nightmare, you know? I mean, like, I feel bad for the players, obviously. This may be unpopular, but I also feel bad for the devs. I feel bad. I mean, like, no one wants this. No one wants this to happen. The devs don't want this to happen to you. Obviously, the players don't. We don't want this. What we want, everyone wants here collectively, is to keep taking steps forward, you know? So it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate circumstance that, you know, that we're working through. Everyone's working through. Them more so than us. Like, we're just taking in the game. But, you know, so from that standpoint, I know they're going to get it fixed. I know they will. We've been around MMOs too long to be the type of person that's just, forget it, blah, blah, blah. No. Stuff will get fixed. And this will, as silly as it sounds now, this will be a memory that we'll have. Remember that time when XYZ happened. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, and you know, in chat today, there were some heated conversations in our Discord chat about the economy and the PvP bug. Right now, with the healing bug, with the life staff, and where if you crouch down, you get healed to full health, and you keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's broke. Yeah. The ice gauntlets are broke right now. You don't get any follow-on damage. But the one thing that I noticed is the community people were being respectful. Some people were very adamant about what they felt like. Some people were kind of like, hey, you know, it's that old cliche, right? Some people are going to make excuses for bad performances no matter what. And some people are going to hold you accountable. Right. That's just the nature of an MMO player. One of the things that I appreciated, though, and I enjoyed was, as I'm reading, I'm letting this conversation flow, D121 puts up, the bugs will get fixed. And yes, it is partially an industry issue. The higher-ups want paychecks. They need to please the backers. That's not a joke. That is a real thing.
It's Amazon.
And the lowers get poo-pooed on to get it done. And many devs, they work 16-hour days. Thus, mistakes are made. I think when you don't have enough people to develop a game of this size and to maintain it, and you try to work with a crew that's smaller, and we know their crew's not that big, you are not going to catch it all. I'm not making excuses, but it's a problem, and that's an industry problem. But I thought it was a great point to make. It's, yes, you can be as mad as you want to be, but at the end of the day, what does it do for you? Speak your mind. Do your bug reports. Tell the community what's going on and what you don't like, but say it in a respectful manner. You will get noticed more because nobody is going to give you the light of day if all you're doing is being toxic and screaming.
No,
so try an adult moment for a second, right?
No, it's just noise at that point. Like if that's all you're doing, it's no one's going to listen. It's not going to be noted. If you really want to be noted, seriously, like everything you just said, leave those bug reports. Give them feedback on how they can fix things. Not, oh, this is ridiculous. AGS knew this was happening, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just negative after negative after negative after negative. When you go to the forums and someone has to make a post that says, okay, so what is it that you actually do like about the game? You know there's an issue there.
Right.
And I'm not speaking to the game. I'm speaking to community. Community's better than that. You know, so be better than that. Give them good feedback that they can work with. File your bug reports. Give feedback in the game. Do everything that you can possibly do to help them make this better, because when they make it better, we all win. We all win. They win, you win, everyone wins. It's entertainment. We want it to be the best it can be. Help them get there.
Yeah, there's a good comment from Rum Bandit in chat that says, hopefully the devs don't lose heart with all the recent defeats. I know the game is going to be fantastic once they get it done.
Yes.
Yeah. That is the attitude that needs to be taken by the community. And don't get me wrong, folks, we understand that people are upset.
Absolutely.
We understand that, you know, people are, they're just raising their pitchforks about the game being broken and it's unplayable. And yeah, when you have a problem, which has been coined the Healy Circle teabag issue by me, because I think it's funnier than hell. In wars, like where somebody can just like teabag in their healing circles over and over again and like become invincible. Yeah, that's an issue. I get that is a game-breaking issue. I totally get that. But if you truly bring this thing down to brass tacks, every MMO is going to have problems when it comes out. Those problems always get fixed over time. The way that I see this as a true test for this community.
Absolutely.
And I know that I don't want to like smoke and mirrors this whole thing and take it off of the development team, because yes, the development team, there's some issues going on right now, folks, but the more toxicity that we decide to throw out does not help the issue.
No.
Just like my cohorts are saying here, report the bugs, be supportive, be positive, be a good human being, and for the sake of everything that's holy, if you find an exploit, don't let the damn demon in you take over and have you repeatedly exploit the exploit. Figure it out, keep your mouth shut about it, and report it and leave it. Because the more people that do it and figure it out, and like, you know, there's a life staff exploit, right? Where if you can, there's a way for you to spam light attacks for massive damage. And there's tutorials on how to do it on YouTube. Really? What kind of content creator does that?
A meta content creator.
I don't.
They're trying to get the meta out there. That's what it is, man. It's just a thing.
Hell? Dude, I use it like a life staff. That's my lifeblood. And I'm not going to freaking learn how to do this thing, because I want to play the game the way the game was intended to be played. And it goes, to me, this goes back to human nature. And that's why I truly believe this is a test for the New World community. You're either going to be a group of toxic trolls, or you're going to support AGS I don't even want to say in hopes. You're going to support them during the time period it takes to get these things fixed. So please, just have an ounce of adult in you. Don't exploit the stuff. Quit bad-mouthing everything and making things worse for them. Because I'll tell you what, the more the players fire down upon them while they're actively trying to work on this stuff, the less they're going to pay attention to those forums.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that.
Yeah. I mean, this is gaming etiquette. At the end of the day, you always remember there's someone at the end of that keyboard. I don't care if it's his dev, another player, whatever.
Right.
You know, there's still people on the other end of that are still working for you, by the way, for you, for the community.
Yeah. So when you're in the car, just real quick, sorry, Bruce. When you're in the car and you're going to a destination and you're constantly screaming at your dad and flicking his ears saying, when are we going to get there? When are we going to get there? Eventually, dad is going to pull the car over, beat the shit out of you. But if you just say, Dad, this is a really fun trip. I'm really enjoying this. Thanks for taking me on this trip. I'm so blessed. Your dad's going to stop and buy you ice cream. on the way to your destination. So just be nice. That's it. Done.
I think a large part of this is I'm angry at AGS, and I'm angry because I help Sullus run the community, and right now with Sullus being, you know, at work like he should be, I'm running the community, and it infuriates me that I can't take my community into a war because I don't want him to have a bad experience because somebody's cheating. That pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
I have a community right now that wants to take an area, and we have the ability to take it over. But we also have to weigh the fact that if I take my, you know, if we take our community in and we do a really good job of flipping it, holding it, getting all these things, and then we get beat because of an exploit, that's deflating. And now I'm defending the community from a bug in a game that I agree should not be in.
Right.
It shouldn't.
Agreed.
But I am not bad-mouthing this game. I do not get involved in the mudsling because I don't have to. I have patience. Maybe it's something that comes with age and wisdom, but I have patience because we've been in this game. It's growing. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's not Sullus level, but I'm coming, boy. I'm telling you. But my big point is I get the frustrations of people. It's just how you verbiage it, right? And don't depreciate someone's understanding just because they're more understanding than you. If the person says, hey, it's a new MMO, it's just been out, I enjoy it, then respect that. You can be just as mad as you want to be, but they can be just as calm as they want to be. When did we lose the fact that somebody can have a different opinion and still be an okay person?
Yeah.
That's the part of me that dies. Every time I go to the forums, a little part of my soul just leaves my body.
Oh,
because it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Where did we lose the basic respect of humankind, of people? It is some of the most atrocious stuff. I would never say any of these things to actual people.
Oh, no, they wouldn't say it to your face.
And I just don't get it, man. And I think it's tough. And I just, you know, I think that's the big thing for us. We've been called fanboys. Yeah, I'm a fanboy. I love the game.
We do a show.
Yeah.
But I do understand that there are broken things in this game and they need to fix these things.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I don't want to see people saying, when's the next set of skins coming out? I don't care about a skin. Let them fix the crap that needs to be fixed. And then let's get on with it.
Agreed.
Because I'm hungry. There are yellow and green people out there that need to be taught a damn lesson. And I'm just waiting for an even playing field, man. I just want an even playing field.
Oh, that's sexy talk right
And with community, real quick, just one shout out, and then I'm done. I'm trying to I'm channeling my inner Cash right now. One more thing. One more thing. I want to congratulate Spin and Viking for stepping up into our PV leads. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You are helping me a ton. And I also want to shout out Edge and Jeffy for stepping up to be PvP leads. I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to working with you and developing more and more great content because we have wonderful events. Our Corruption Night event is amazing. We have a blast. And with that, there are others of you that put in a want or desire. Stand by. This is just the first wave. We will develop and we will grow the community as we need to.
Oh, yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you to you, gentlemen. And I also want to say thank you to the community because it's really nice to come into a Discord of common sense and general just respect of humankind. It's nice to be in a group of 200 people. That shows me that there are people out there that have the same moral standards that I have. And it's pretty awesome to see that.
Yeah.
I'm done.
We don't get anywhere from A to Z without support. And it really is nice. This is the nice before the challenge. It really is nice to come into a Discord. This is called the sandwich method. We come into our Discord every night, and there's nothing but positivity, and I think it's huge for us. That's a big reason that keeps us. It's a big thing that keeps us positive to be able to do a show.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
you know,
man.
it's huge. But Champ, I want to circle back just a little bit. I want to circle back and challenge you on one thing that you said. And of course, it's all in love.
No, brother, bring it.
So you mentioned that you're angry at AGS because of some of the things. Don't worry, I got it. Like you're angry about these issues, but you have patience. You are a very patient dude, so I totally get that. But is it wholly AGS's fault when there's an exploit that is announced, or when there's an issue with the game mechanics where an exploit is created, is it completely their fault for having an exploit there? Or is there some culpability for the trolls out there that are exploiting that exploit?
I will tell you, like I used to tell people when I was in the military, Joe gonna be Joe. And what I mean by that is privates, we call them Joes. Joe gonna be Joe. You give Joe the ability to get drunk, Joe gonna get drunk. It doesn't matter if you told him he wasn't allowed to. My point is you have got to rein it in. Turn it off. Turn off war until you fix it. So nobody can reset the zones. Turn it off. Put the top zones in the top. Give us level 5 crafting tables as payment for the fact that you can't fix it. So we don't have to worry about somebody holding a scene. So we have level 5 tables, right? And fix it. And then let me know when I'm ready to go kick somebody's ass. That's all I'm saying. These people are sitting in areas that I can't fight them for on a legitimate battlefield, so they shouldn't hold those areas. Take them away from them.
So maybe they turn on the newly fixed Outpost Rush, turn off wars until wars are fixed, and then turn it back on. So at least there is a fix of PvP. People can get their PvP-ness on all they want in Outpost Rush and out in the general world. If, you know, for those of people who are flagging up, which I've actually seen a lot of people flagging up lately, including myself. So turn one off to fix the inherent issues while Outpost Rush is on. And then when everything is fixed, incrementally reintroduce it.
My point is you're giving people the ability to hold something that we can't take based off of a bug. Take it away, deal with those whoever's. If they leave, they'll come back. If they don't, who cares? I'm just being honest, man. This is business. This is a business.
Right.
They are not going to allow you to have a bad time for as long as they can, but turn the wars off, take the lands away from the people, reset the whole damn map, piss the people off you're going to piss off, and just restart it and fix it, and then let us go get to battle. Because we know that there were places taken in our zone that was done by glitching. We know that because we had people experience it. So we had members of our community in a fight that they could not win for a bug that was in the game. Take the content away and fix it. Take it away and fix it.
I'll buy that.
It's an illegitimate win.
You are not, and then it frustrates me to have to talk to the community members that I know are good PvPers, good players. They're very patient, but they're hungry too. And to have to be the gatekeeper, right? For the sheer fact that we can't do it honestly. That irritates me to no end. I've got 100 people in the active company and another 100 people in Discord that want to get together on Double T and kick some royal ass. And we can't do it on a level playing field. And that's why I'm irritated. And it's okay to be irritated. Because to bring it back around, I will not disrespect AGS. I will not disrespect New World because I love this game. I love this game. I get lost doing just the most random things you can come up with. And I'm okay with that. You paid for the game. If you paid the high price, you paid $50. I want you to look at how many hours you played in the game and tell me if you didn't get your money's worth.
Pretty
I'm
much
just saying.
My money's worth.
But my point is there, I don't remember who it was. It might have been Jeffy. It might have been somebody else, but you don't pay a sub. Yeah. You're free to go.
Yeah. There's people who've played a game for far less amount of time who've spent more money on a collector's edition. In fact, probably regularly with yearly releases, Call of Duties, the Battlefields, you know,
he said
duties. But, you know, so I mean, there is no sub. That's something to think about. It's a one and done. You paid more for last year's Call of Duty than you did this game. So
completely turning this around. The reason that people are pissed is because they care about this game. And they want to see this game succeed. It's the same reason why all three of us, and Solus included, we are concerned. We are vocal about it, obviously, because we have the ability to sit in front of a mic and talk to our friends about this. All of our friends in chat and all of our friends that you know, download, listen to the show and watch our content. The reason that we are upset is not because of AGS. They're doing the Lord's work there and they're taking the brunt of these hits. but we are concerned and upset about the issues that are going on and watching the things that are happening within the community because we want nothing more than to watch this succeed.
Absolutely. That's yes. So much yes. We're passionate because we care. We do a show because we love it. We do, the community because we love it. We want to house a great community and opportunity for people to gather together and meet from all over the world and just engross themselves in this game.
Another thing I want to say is, don't get mad at us for trying to be the adult voice or the voice of reason or the defending voice, because there are plenty of negative out there. We are doing this the way that we are. The three of us, and including Solus, we don't tear people down.
No.
We build people up.
Yes.
We're going to do the same thing for whatever we're involved in, because there was one point in my life when I was a young soldier that I had to realize that people have feelings, and their problems to them are just as big as your problems are to you, regardless of what you do for a living or what you've done. And I think I can speak on that. I've done some cool things in my life. So my whole issue with the thing is just act like adults about it. You don't have to go the end of the world take it. Yes, it sucks. If you don't like it, stop playing, come back. If you don't want to come back, it's fine. My point is, we defend the game the best we can with the most positive attitude, but we are just as irritated about some of the things as you are. We just voice it different.
Yes.
We just talk about it different.
Yep.
But we're just as angry.
Oh, yeah.
We're just as frustrated, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, no one wants this. I'll say that again. No one wants this. No one wants... I mean, if you win a war from an exploit, that's not competition. You didn't compete. You cheated. Like that... That's just plain and simple. Like, no one wants that. No one wants to lose their gold. No one wants that. AGS doesn't want that. We don't want that. So be patient, be proactive, and give the best possible feedback you can. And just hang in there. And I promise you, if there's anything... look, the common adage is history repeats itself, right? If there's anything we've learned in 10, 12, however many years we've been playing MMOs, it just takes time.
Oh,
What?
21?
What?
It's been 84 years.
I can't even believe it. He's an old ass man.
I was on MS-DOS when I did my first one. But, anyway, that's just...
Can I sum it up? I'm going to sum it up.
Yeah, fine.
Be kind, be patient, don't be a butthole.
Yeah, sure.
Done.
All right, boom. All right, so here's some of the patch highlights, though, outside of all the bugs and everything that's going on around the community. Here's some of the highlights to patch 1.0.4. Players have been refunded 2,000 coins if you purchased a home before the patch's UI fix went out. This was kind of corresponding to a UI issue that showed you getting a tax discount. And lo and behold, after you bought a home, that was not the case. So anyway, they adjusted that, gave you gold. A faction token cap increased by 50%. So that's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That one directly affects me because I've hit the cap a few times and been like, Sacre Bleu! I wasted the request.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, if say you have tier 1, so you're 5,000, well, now you can make, up to 7,500. So it just kind of tiers up from there. Tier 2, 10,000 tokens. It's been increased to 15,000. So it just goes up. So that's good. Outpost rush and server transfers are now available. I know we've already talked about it, but that's now a thing. And this next one's pretty interesting. Removed Everfall starting area. Goal is to increase the probability of new players and friends starting together. I thought that was kind of cool. Help them funnel people.
That's going to help the economy in Everfall too a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see.
Because it's going to be like a full zone. So you're going to get more of the higher tier stuff there. Eventually, like Everfall and Windsward, at least on our server, seem to be the trading hubs.
Yeah. And someone's talking about region locks in chat. I guess there was a I can't confirm this. I guess there was a post elaborating on that. Something to the effect of they want to allow between regions. It's not working yet. So that's the reason why it's not available.
Right.
Yeah, and that affects Mad Morgus in chat because he started on East Coast server, and then he came over to us, and he had to re-roll. I'm sorry, dude. I don't mean to laugh. I laugh.
Why are you laughing?
because I know how much freaking work that is. But we're glad he's over with us. You know, him and his son came over to play with us. But it's like, that's a lot of work. Like I can't. My daughter did that. She ended up doing that. Although she was in our region, but she just figured I'm just going to start fresh on tilapia. So
yeah,
she ended up over with us.
Double T. So I like that you said that earlier. That stuck out to me.
If I can do a kind of a recircle back just a little bit, I want to talk about one thing that some people might not understand, and that is how you can support a community that is in your faction. So it's very important that you go to the job board, because when you go to the job board, all of those things aren't just there for you to get XP and gold. They're also there for you to help them to build whatever they're trying to build and the upkeep of the environment. A lot of people don't understand that. If you want your faction to be successful, you have to go support them. You have to do the invasions. You have to deal with the wars. So it's not just doing wars that is part of it. There's a lot of depth to controlling and maintaining these regions. They put a lot of thought to that. Once they get these bugs fixed, this game has got some really good foundations. You know what I'm saying? To be where it is. Unbeatable invasions. Well, maybe you have to have a few people of level 60 to get it done. I'm not sure what level you're. I don't know how many level 60s you have, but I'm assuming that's in-game content, which is why they allow them to come in every few days and downgrade your stuff, give you a few days to build it back up. And as you're leveling, I feel like once you get to 60 and you have more people in your community at 60, you'll be able to deal with the invasions. So maybe they should be unbeatable if you have 4 60s and a bunch of 40s and a bunch of 30s, or you have a group of 60s that don't play together. But this is an MMO. I saw a defense. One person said, well, yeah, the gold you can make from Rush, and yeah, the gold you can make from doing the quests, but what about solo players? It's an MMO. I don't mean to be that guy. You might want to go find a single player game.
Massively
because this
multiplayer.
Game, yes. So you have to have a group of people to do some things. Now, you might be elite sauce and you think you can do it all, and maybe you can, but not everybody can, and it's not intended to be done that way.
And there's still options for solo play too.
Yes, yes. But my point is, they still give options for you to make gold as a solo player, but you're supposed to play with people. It's an MMO. I get it.
You gotta play with people.
Gotta play with them peoples, man. And surround yourself with good people.
It's so much more fun playing with people. Like, it seriously is. I know we've talked about this before on previous shows, but even if you're not a very social person, just pop into a Discord chat and just listen and find out if that's a community for you. If not, come play with us.
Oh, yeah.
We don't care who you are.
Come on over.
Come on in. Be quiet. You pop into Discord. We're going to tell you welcome in. If you talk, you talk. If you don't, you can listen to the banter. You can go into our quiet room. But you're there with people. If you have a question or problem or need help, there's communities out there such as ours that will help.
Yeah.
With stuff in game anytime.
Yeah, and there's the secret too. Like, not everyone in our Discord is in our company, and that's okay. If you're in a different company, but you just and you just want to meet people, community, people to play with, whatever. Maybe you're on a different server, whatever. Come on over. There's two different things in our community. You actually have the community you apply for, and then the company, which is separate within the Discord server itself. So, if you're a New World fan, you already have a company, but you want to come hang out. Come hang out.
And if I may, in this, from a community perspective, we just put out that we're not doing a secondary company. And what we mean by is we're not doing a secondary company where Sullus, myself, and the leadership are going to faction as controlling two separate groups, right? Now, for those of you who are in our Discord, those of you who are coming to our Discord, don't let that dismay you, because if someone makes a company and people end up in that company and you're in our Discord, you can still participate in our expedition nights, our corruption nights, our PvP nights. You can still support the Loreseeker, group as a whole from the Discord and doing missions where we need to do the missions at. I'm just saying, don't let it be the fact that you're not in a company, and we hope they up the company numbers, because if they do, it's just going to make it easier for us. But as of right now, there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes, and I know it doesn't seem like it, but it really is. I get 40 DMs a day that I have 40 different people, and it's not negative stuff, but you still have to address it. You still have to give them that part of your time, because that's what I swore to do when I took my position in the company as helping Sullus run the company, right? So if you want to come in, bring it up, build it. We just come play with us, come game with us. Because what we're doing is we're basically trying to build a community, a Discord where you can have access to what we're doing. If you want to make a community or a company and you want to tag along, that's why you're in our Discords, because we want you to be in our Discord. So just thank you very much.
I got to point to that real quick. Shout out to Alvin Awesome in chat. What's going on, buddy?
Good to see
So
you,
happy
bud.
to see you here, buddy. I do want to make mention of one other thing too, and that could be it's a nice thing that's built into gaming communities that revolve around Discord, because even though there is a cap at 100, if you are a company lead or if you're a console or involved in a company in any way, it doesn't necessarily need to be us. We just use us as an example because that's what we know, that's where we play. But the 100 cap really doesn't mean much to us other than this was like the initial 100 people that came in, and they're the people that have the tag. But just like Champ is saying, if you have a Discord, you have as big a company as you want. You can run a server and you could do it with one company. Just because you don't have the tag doesn't mean that you can't group, you can't friend, you can't be around, you can't coordinate. You can do all that stuff if you're within a company. I don't know, does anybody ever use, like, was it TeamSpeak or the other ones?
Remember Ventrilo? Whenever someone talks-
TeamSpeak,
Ventrilo, dude.
Raid Call. Remember Raid Call?
Oh,
God.
man, what a pull!
Did
Sorry.
you just throw up?
I got a little sick to myself right
Oh,
there. Yeah,
man.
Raid Call. But I mean, if you have pretty much everybody's
Mumble?
on Discord nowadays. Mumble, yeah. But
Mumble.
if you have, like, don't let that cap sway you away from having a larger community. I mean, we could have 500 people in our Discord, and we could be running things. You just have to spread the leadership out a little bit, and everybody can be involved.
Yeah.
Regardless of that 100% cap.
Yeah.
So, and it's just an idea. Just the things pop in my head, and I talk about them. That was one of them.
Speaking about something to talk about. Oh, you got more. I'm bad. I heard you take
Just
a breath.
one more update thing that I wanted to mention, guys. There's a decent list. I wouldn't say it's a massive list. A lot of the focus was placed on primarily fixing top issues that players have been having in the recent weeks. Take that however you want. A lot of, like, small little things got fixed, but there were some improvements to life staff performance, which directly affects me and any other healers out there.
Yeah.
Particularly in the areas of Mending Touch and Blissful Touch. So that may change people from using certain skills and might kind of funnel you into some other areas. There's already some YouTube videos out on it, so take the time, go look at those YouTube videos. We're not really going to detail it out, but the YouTube videos that are out there were very helpful for myself to maybe tweak my build just a little bit. So a lot of the older builds that you were looking at for both PvE and PvP healing may be changing because of the life staff performance issues that were fixed. So
I'm glad
hands
you
up for time.
I'm glad. Hands up for time. I'm glad you covered that. Anywho, well, gentlemen, we have a special announcement. We've before we do our lore lesson today, and I think it's best if we just push the button.
Just push the beep button.
Push the damn button.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back. Dudes, have you been neglecting your hygiene for weeks on end as you battle your way across Aeternum? Does it feel like your ball beard is getting as long as your neck beard? Well, we have a solution for you. The Loreseekers are proud to announce we are now sponsored by Manscaped, the company that can provide the right tools for the job.
Why, you might ask? Because a fro down below just don't go. In a recent poll, 9 out of 10 ladies expressed how disgusting it can be to find a hair diaper in a man's undercarriage. So we've partnered with Manscaped to offer you the best products that they have at a discount price. This will help your significant other not vomit in their mouth anymore when they see you naked.
Great prices for great products. Whether it's the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer for your chest pubes, the Weed Whacker trimmer for your nose bush, or any of their fantastic formulations you can splash on your balls after shaving them, Manscaped has you covered. Just visit manscaped.com and enter our discount code LORESEEKERS at checkout to shave 20% off the cost.
Another amazing aspect of Manscaped is their partnership with the Testicular Cancer Society. Together, they aim to educate and entertain while spreading the message about early detection and self-screening in order to protect yourself against health issues and the risk of cancer.
Manscaped. They're here to save your balls.
Oh, gentlemen.
Yeah. You know what? I just want to pop in here real quick and say that, folks, we're very, very excited about this. This is something that has, it's been on our radar for a little while. I think we talked about it, but Manscaped actually came to us and it blew us away. Like, we were so excited about the entire thing. And, so we've been very excited about it. You can expect a lot of fun and a lot of comedy that's coming out of this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to like vomit all over everything right now. Like, we're going to do some commercials and some really fun stuff, but I will say the packages that they sent us it's legit.
Absolutely amazing.
It's really, really good quality stuff, and I'm actually really excited to shave my balls. So there's that.
I didn't want to hear that.
What'd they say? TMI. TMI.
Too much. It's too much.
But no, yeah, it was quite the surprise. Checking our inbox and oh hey, it's Manscaped. What's Manscaped? Oh, okay. So yeah, for all of you tuning in right now, listening on, it actually starts on November 1st, actually. So there's that. For everyone who's here in the stream, you kind of get the early announcement. But anyway, it actually starts for us on November 1st, so release day of this episode. So right now, if you get free shipping, all right, and you get 20% off when you use the code Loreseekers at manscaped.com. It's awesome. Dudes, it's like, what was it? I think we said the other day, it's like 92%. I think it was 92% of our audience is male. So
on YouTube, it's 97%.
Okay, well,
come on, ladies, come on in here. You can use this too.
K-Champ keeps eyeballing. I'm like, stay away from my clippers.
Oh man, but yeah, no, it's totally a thing. Anyway, yeah, use code Loreseekers at manscaped.com. Get yourself 20% off and free shipping. It's honestly going to be a lot of stocking stuffers for my family. I'm not even going to lie.
Oh yeah, Christmas is coming up, and there's no shortage of those. Yeah, there's no shortage of these packages. So,
that's right.
I'm excited.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
your gooch.
So, yeah. All right, you ready for lore?
I'm always ready for lore, buddy.
Always. Give me my lore lesson, please.
All right, here we go.
Lore lesson. The Ancients. Part 2. From the field notes of Cassius Kilborn, Syndicate Intelligence. Our expedition's journey carried us to the east out of the highlands of Brightwood into the swamplands of a seemingly endless bog called Weaver's Fen. We were in search of an aging bridge spoke of by Mr. William Heron, coined the North Vega Bridge. It certainly wasn't difficult to find, however. Wading through miles of crocodile-infested muck to reach it proved quite the daunting challenge. Upon reaching the badly ruined bridge, it was quite apparent those who traveled before us created these elevated roads to safely traverse the untamed wilds. Or perhaps the bridge was constructed to transport something closer to the shore. The adornments of this magnificent bridge led me to believe these passages were constructed by the ancients themselves, or perhaps those that followed them so loyally. A series of missives had been discovered in our travels that began to make more sense of the massive statues we've encountered and just how they got here. Lore page. The road. The rattle of bone, a watchful eye, their humanity removed, their death denied. I see it. I see a giant stone statue being marched slowly but surely down the path. The same beings, those of 4, guide us down the long and mystical road. The giant statue is carved in their image. Those who move the statue are trapped in a servitude, unable to deny or disobey, for what has been taken from us cannot be restored, and what has been given to us cannot be returned. I hear them sing songs as they move the massive stone, and the melodies ring in my ears like a bittersweet memory I never had. These findings lead us to believe the ancients openly traveled these lands and had indeed enslaved many upon the island, both the living and the partially dead, forcing their labor to place these effigies in their likeness across the land. But for what purpose? The bridge spanned far and wide across some of the most treacherous terrain in the swamps, but I must say, it might have been safer braving the lowlands under the bridge than trying to progress across the seemingly easy path above. The bridge had worn under the dank conditions in the fen, and several broken sections made crossing it downright dangerous. If that wasn't cause enough for concern, the structure was riddled with more ancient guardians. Although we've become quite adept at eliminating these threats without injury to ourselves, these guardians would just not stay dead. No sooner we would dispatch one before another came back to life. Suffice it to say, we moved across the bridge as quickly as possible, allowing little time to effectively study the structure. This lingering feeling of how these ancient guardians came to be is further explained in this series of notes. This one was partially destroyed by the elements, but a quick dip into some Azoth-infused alcohol brightened the ink just quite effectively. Little trick I learned from Dr. Theo. Lore page. The Flood. Truths drowned, resting under the surface. Hiding away ancient sins, hiding away ancient curses. I see them. The beings with 4 arms. I feel myself sinking under the water, my ears hearing only bubbling and sloshing. As I hold my breath, my chest tightens as my strength leaves me. I can't sense what, but something is pulling me under the surface, and soon I shall run out of air. As my mind leaves me and my body begins to end its thrashing, I feel the waters surge within me. My lungs begin to fill, but oddly enough, it's not a cold wave entering the core of my body. I feel the water permeating my being, penetrating even to my very bones. I feel as if what was in me is driven out and replaced by the waters. As I break my bondage and rise to the surface, my mind comes back to the world around me. This clearly depicts the turning of a human into one of them, a guardian. But what betrays me is just how one of these beings could explain this experience, write it upon a parchment after it had taken place. The only conclusion is that despite their soulless appearance, even the ancient guardians continue to think, just as the corrupted do upon their transformation. Without question, the mystery of this place seems to deepen the further we travel into the wilds of Aeternum. Then, this. A final parchment we acquired in trade with a fellow traveler. It appears these pieces of Aeternum's lore have become somewhat of a bargaining chip amongst others stranded here. We traded a bushel of hemp and 2 flasks of fish oil for this one. Lore page. The Bay. A guiding light, crashing shores, and sudden landfall. A tall tower, rain of fire, and a siren's call. Like some kind of sorcery or an ill omen, the blue flames of the bay turn red. They have come. They corrupt everything they touch, changing the very essence of the beings of this island. The Bay is slowly taken over them, and they empower even those of 4. What few guardians are left are pinned to a small part of the bay, and the red-eyed monsters begin their work on the lighthouse. Those enchanted by the siren song of Aeternum soon find themselves caught in storms, attacked by spires of dark corruption that send their vessels crashing into the shore. They came seeking a paradise, but all they found was darkness. Those of 4 have all but left us to die, but we cannot die. They stripped us even of that. An actual missive from an ancient guardian? If this page speaks the truth we seek, the corrupted somehow managed to overpower the ancients themselves. Those of 4, it reads. The ancients are depicted as having 4 arms. It must be the ancients and their guardians who were overtaken in this bay the lore page speaks to. It's mention of this siren song. Could this explain the strange and harmonious sounds we heard just before our own vessels were shipwrecked? I mean, I do remember some strange enchanting melody just before the crew began to panic. But I figured it was my imagination, or perhaps the lack of nutrition on our long voyage. The ship's wheel isn't working! We have no rudder! The seaman exclaimed shortly before we were shipwrecked. That is all I can recall, however, as my memory of that day is quite clouded. My next memories began when I awoke on that beach. What's more, who is this siren they speak of? We commit to finding as many of these pages as possible. They seem to hold the key to much of the story here. I just hope they don't end up to be folly, the lost pages of an insane traveler's imagination, or worse, a fictional drama written for some stage production. Something, however, tells me we're on the right path. By the sounds of that bell, a well-earned supper awaits, and the expedition has grown quite fond of my adventure stories as we share a meal. Don't worry, though. I will continue to note our findings in the days to come.
But you just don't disappoint. You know that?
Thanks, bud.
You done good.
I am having as much fun making these as I am playing this game.
You can tell.
win.
You can tell.
That's a win. Oh,
Thanks, Red.
Well, good job. Friends, thank you so much for tuning in this episode. This was an interesting episode. We had some hard critiques, had some things we had to address, and we had a special announcement. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, we want to hear from you. So for whatever app you're using to listen to this show, leave us a review if you would. Take a couple moments, tell us how we're doing. For every 5-star written review on iTunes, though, we'll give you a shout out by reading your review right here on the show. First one up, I think they must have done this on purpose. I'm gonna call you Biff for short. That's what I'm going with. I'm sorry, but that's not gonna happen. So Biff says from the United States, says, I have probably listened to a dozen New World podcasts since closed beta. This one is, by a country mile, the best one out there. Articulate, measured, researched, comical, informed, and sincerely invested in the larger gaming community. Best new podcast for me for the last 5 years at least. Biff, thank you so much. It's very kind. Appreciate that.
Wow, that's a fantastic review. Thank you.
Yeah,
Humbled.
thank you. Seriously. Cozy Hobbit in the United States says, quote, I was a listener on the Loreseekers ESO show and I loved it. I was sad when I heard they were moving to a new game because I wasn't initially interested in New World. I found myself listening to their new show though and then purchased the game right afterwards. These guys bring so much enthusiasm, positivity, and great lore about the games they are playing, and they somehow made this show even better than the one before. Love the new hosts too. They seem to fit right in. Cheers, guys. Excited to see where New World takes you. Cozy Hobbit. That's awesome.
Thank you. That's
Thank
awesome,
you.
Cozy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That is awesome. Oh, and everyone who's tuning in, by the way, on launch day coming up this weekend, November 6th, come watch our stream. Help us raise money for sick kids It's going to be our extra live stream. We're going to do some events. Details are coming, but we got some fun things planned. So please come check us out November 6th. The times will be released later on our social media accounts. You can come check it out, twitch.tv/LoreSeekersCast.
You can call us at 765-382-6961. Please keep the message to 1 minute or less. Email us at loreseekerscast@gmail.com. You can find our podcast, written lore lessons, and articles at loreseekerscast.com.
Friends, follow us on all the social medias. You can find Jibs and all of us on Twitter. You can find Jibs at Jibs IRL, Champ at Champ2504, Sullus at Sullus, and Cash at Loreseeker Cash. You can follow the show at Loreseekers Cast, and you can also follow us on Instagram at Loreseekers Cast. And don't forget to follow our good buddy Sullus's show. He does a show called Loreseekers to Aeternum, where he presents our company's role-playing storyline, and he talks about community management and our company and how you can make yours even better in New World and gaming abroad. You can also follow us right here on Twitch. If you're brand new and you don't know where to find us, you can follow us at twitch.tv/LoreSeekersCast.
Friends, thank you so much. We love you. We wish nothing but the best for you. Enjoy the game. Enjoy life. We'll see you right here next week on Loreseekers.
Don't forget to shave your balls.
What it do? What it do?
Save them balls.